All right. Hey, everybody. This is Sheriff Tim Carter, and I have a couple of guests here with me today, special guests here with me today. We did a podcast. We're getting ready to release that with Woodstock Santa Express, but I got a couple of friends here from the northern part of the county, Strasburg area, that we've been involved with them. I know they've been doing this for a while. They've got a toy drive. So with me here on my far right is Larry Lindsay and his son JP, right to my immediate right. So welcome, guys, to the Shenandoah County Sheriff's Office podcast. Thanks for coming in today.
Yep, and thank you for inviting us, for sure. Thank you.
Sure. I guess maybe, Larry, if you don't mind, kind of go through a little bit of the background of what you guys do. I know it's it's called JP's Toy Drive, isn't it?
Correct. So just a little bit of history and how everything started. Kind of a simple story. One day back in 2019, actually December of 2019, he was in his room and putting toys in a what we had in like a laundry basket. Uh-huh. And I asked him what he was doing, and he said that he had found out he had talked to somebody at school, and at the time he was going to Sandy Hook. He was in kindergarten at Sandy Hook, and said somebody at his school said they didn't have any toys, and he was collecting toys to take them to school and to give to them, and that kind of just it took off from there. We kind of just started this small little toy drive, and we set up he has a snow cone business. We took his snow cone trailer, set it up in the parking lot of what was Denny's at the time,
right, and
kind of just put it out there on social media, and we literally filled up a 16-foot cargo trailer within a couple hours. And it just took off, and then we were kind of like, man, now what do we do with these toys, So that's where you and the Sheriff's Department, and then, of course, Wayne Sager's been a huge asset for us here in the Strasburg Police Department, and then it's taken off from there. But where you guys really are such a vital role in this is a lot of information that we don't have access to being through due to privacy concerns, social services, battered women's shelters, homeless shelters. Those are targeted recipients, the ones who need it most. And then also, just like the officers and your deputies, nobody knows living conditions and who really needs toys and what kind of conditions these children live in more than the folks like yourself and your staff that goes on site and sees this type of stuff. So, we really, it was just me and him. And then, like I said, when you reached out to us in 2000, I think you guys came aboard in 2020, because 2019, it was kind of so new that we were just doing the best we could. And we actually just put it out there. It was like, man, we got all these toys. Now what do we do with them? So we had volunteers from all the many EMS, fire, and police agencies, and I think actually you guys were involved in 2019. Now that I think about it, because sergeant or lieutenant now,
Vernazza?
No, Malk.
Malk, yeah.
So she was played a very big role in it, and even to this day, helped us last year with the. Cram. We went out when you guys did I forget the term you used, to cram the cruiser thing at Walmart, but it kind of just took off, man. And we just, you really don't see until you get involved. You really don't know the overwhelming need for something like this. And I had the privilege of going and riding around with Chief Sager, delivering some of these toys, and it's really humbling and really heartbreaking at the same time to see living conditions of some of these kids and what they have. And so it just kind of took off from there, and here we are today, still going on. I think this is the fourth year strong. Mm-hmm. I would say probably in cash donations and toy donations in the first 3 years we've done this, it well exceeds $50,000 without a doubt, I'm sure.
Right.
We actually did a GoFundMe page, or actually it was a Facebook. In 2020, we did a Facebook, what is it called? The fundraiser thing.
Right.
Not a GoFundMe, but within the first day, it had reached over $10,000 in one day in cash donations or monetary donations. So JP's always been a vital role in it, and each year I tell myself that what started off as just a simple thing, now it's grown to this and almost to where we can't turn our back on it because I feel like so many people are dependent on what we do. But he's very active in it, continues to want to do it. He goes around from going around to stores asking folks for donations to putting out boxes to helping us collect to help us deliver. We actually, in 2020, I would say we were that was our time to really shine because a lot of these larger, during COVID.
That was COVID year, yeah.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have, there were no angel trees.
Right.
Even Toys for Tots was shut down.
Right.
And not only were all the resources gone now because of COVID, but also people were struggling financially more than ever.
Right.
So that's where we really came in, and I feel like we really made an impact the most. We actually even expanded into my hometown and county of Rockbridge County. Had a Santa Claus. We loaded up down there in Rockbridge County one year. We loaded up a swift water rescue boat and full of toys and just rode around to the different low-income apartments and trailer parks and just handed out presents, man. And these, you know, during a time when kids weren't allowed to leave the house and stuff, it was just to see the joy on their face was pretty special.
Right. JP, it feels good helping people out, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think you're making a difference when you go out and help these kids that their parents can't buy toys for them? Does that make you feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when he started this in 2020 was when Santa Claus couldn't have but so many workers in the workshop, so he had to have us to go out and deliver and help him out, and we still like the role that he with population growth, Santa can't keep up, so he needs some help, don't he?
Yep.
Right. Well, and you know, it's like your dad says. I mean, it's sad that we have to talk about these things, but I'm so thankful that there are people out here like you and your father that are giving back to the community and these people that are contributing. And that's one of the good things about it, even though it's a sad thing. That's one of the good things about it, and I appreciate that.
And from a parental aspect, that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to. That was just as important to helping others was kind of setting an example for him. And if it's really a child his age, he just turned 9 years old and really enjoys giving. Literally, he a couple of days ago, or maybe a week or two ago, we were riding down the road, and he just out of the blue, he just told me that he wasn't even going to make a list for Santa Claus this year. He said if he gets something, he gets something, that Santa will know what he wants, and didn't even ask for anything. So,
there you go. Yeah. How old are you now, JP?
I am 9 years old.
9. Okay. All right. Look at there. Golly. 9.
And he started
at kindergarten.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So,
and
like I said, he's really, and he loves, what kid doesn't like being able to hang around the police stations and interact and deliver presents out of a police car and stuff like that. And he's really, really enjoys the role of I don't want to say the attention, but knowing he's doing something good, and it's also gained popularity. It's hard for him to go somewhere in a store or something and people not know him from the toy drive or something like that.
Right. So if somebody wanted to help you guys, either volunteer or contribute or what have you, what would you all suggest? How would they get in touch with you? I know you're on social media and all that.
So we have first and foremost we post a lot of stuff on the JP's Toy Drive Facebook page. So you can do a simple search for JP's Toy Drive, and it's pretty easy to find. This year, due to the just to make things easier, so people weren't calling, people weren't sending Facebook messages, people weren't sending Instagram, we did get email for this year. It's JP Toy Drive, no S, just JP Toy Drive at gmail.com. And that is where people can do a couple of things. They can submit requests to be considered to receive gifts. You can, if you'd like to volunteer and help, you can also send us a message through there. But something new we're doing this year also is if people wanted to help out on a more personal level, they can what we call adopt a family. And we can provide them with the information that's needed. These folks have signed privacy waivers,
right,
allowing us to do so, and we can provide and supply them with the ages and gender of the children and let them go out and do their shopping. And a lot of people like to do that on a more personal level and to see where their gifts are going and stuff like that.
Okay.
So if somebody wanted to do that, they can also send an email to that.
Okay. And address. I think, I know Woodstock is, I think we're doing that. I'm sure Strasburg.
Yeah. So we got,
so our these collection.
Yeah. So we have our collection boxes. This one is kind of here at the Shenandoah County Sheriff's Office. This is kind of our central location, being in the middle of the county, so to speak. So you can drop off any new unopened toys here. Then we have Chief Rinker, who has been very supportive.
That's New Market
down in New Market, right. And then Chief Coward at Mount Jackson. Right. They are also drop-off locations and been very helpful. Okay. And both they help with deliveries as well.
Okay.
And then the northern, and then the only other one as of right now in Woodstock is Route 11 Diner.
Okay.
So good reason to go get you some good meal and drop a toy off in the box.
And Woodstock Police Department too, right?
Well,
or no,
not yet. They did. They have helped in the past. We just haven't got a box there yet.
Okay.
But and actually, John Armentrout actually just messaged me yesterday, and said that he wants to help do anything with deliver and sorting and stuff like that. So they've always been real supportive. And then the northern end of the county, being Strasburg, we have Strasburg Diner, Queen Street Diner, Strasburg Police Department, of course. I feel like I'm missing one here. I'll remember it as soon as we get off the air here.
Well, when you get off the air, I'll tell you what you do. If you can, remember this, but put that up on your JP Toy Drive Facebook page also for people. And we'll direct them to that so they can look there.
And there's also, we didn't do a GoFundMe this year just because they take so much of the fees and stuff.
Right.
But a lot of people, we do on the flyers that are on the boxes. There is a Cash App and a Venmo code on there that they can scan if they want to make a monetary donation. What we are doing, Chief Sager and myself, and probably a couple other officers, and even if you guys wanted to send a deputy to help out, that would be awesome. We will take any funds, any money, and we go shopping on the 16th of December.
Okay.
And then we try to wait as long as we can. We actually just got a very large donation from Stony Creek Hunt Club. Actually, one of your
I think I saw that. Bo Hall
presented us with a check for $500 earlier in the week. So that's pretty awesome. That's a good way to start.
Right.
So as of right now, we're going to accept donations up. Our plan is shop on the 16th, accept donations at our drop-off sites until the 18th.
Right.
And then hopefully spend the 19th, 20th, 21st kind of doing our sorting and delivering type thing, because that can be quite hectic sometimes.
That's a bear.
It is trying to get everything. And actually, we worked last year with the other organization,
Woodstock Rotary,
the Rotary. We actually worked hand in hand with them, and they actually sent us a list. They sent us our list. They sent a list of Strasburg recipients, and we were actually able to fulfill that. And they actually even let us come down. We kind of worked closely together. We, Chief Sager and myself, we went down there to the fairgrounds, to their where they had all their toys, and we kind of seen who needed what toys and kind of did swapping around.
Right.
One thing I do want to add while I'm thinking about it, it's so easy to buy for younger kids, and that seems to be the overwhelming number of toys donated would be ages, newborn up to like 8, 9, 10 years old, because everybody knows what gender specific toys that age kid likes. Where we really, really struggle is donations for 13, 14, 15, 16, and we don't really target that age group. But there is so many families where we'll get a list and it'll be a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 16-year-old.
Right.
So you can't leave them out.
Right.
So we try to do what we can. Obviously, we try to get to everybody. We don't just hand out one toy. We actually try to take. I mean, we've delivered 3 boxes full of stuff to just 2 or 3 kids. If the donations allow us. That's why it's so important to get these donations in. And although you can't guarantee you'll get to anybody, because we're basing that on the number of donations we get. So we try. I hope we don't leave anybody out. And so that's about it. We always see too something else. The social services on their list, what they do, they really are detailed. So a lot of the kids make a Christmas list to Santa, but there's actually I actually have I saved it. I took a picture of it because it's a reminder when it comes up on my Facebook memories how blessed we are. But there was actually one of the boys' Christmas lists a couple years ago. A gentleman here in Edinburgh actually he put on his Christmas list food. And if that doesn't humble you, I don't know what will. But social services will also let you know. They do a good job of letting you know which kids need coats,
right.
Stuff like that. So we actually did kind of a separate thing last year, last minute when we got the list from social services and seen how many with the need for coats, and we kind of did that last minute. I think we raised got somewhere like 24 coats and jackets too to go out to different families. So
right. Well, guys, I really appreciate what you're doing. JP, anything you want to add?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, your dad's covering
a man of many words.
Yeah, your dad's covering a lot of information, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, I mean, I really appreciate what you're doing. It's an encouragement to me, and I know it's an encouragement to a lot of people here in Shenandoah County and around the area. You're certainly a blessing to those people and those children and those families, and I appreciate that so much.
Likewise to you and all the other agencies and officers and deputies that have helped, because literally it's me and him. Without the help of everybody doing their part, including yourself and your department, it wouldn't get done for sure.
Well, I mean, sometimes, JP, you just got to stand up and be the leader. You know, you might be the only guy, but people will come, and they'll come and help.
Yep.
And I think they'll come and support you, and it sounds to me like that's what you guys have done and are doing, and it's a good life lesson too, Dad.
It is, and I think that's kind of part of the appeal with him. He was such a young kid that came up with the idea and was so involved with it to where more people, it enticed more people and to be a part of it and donate and help us out. So we've been blessed. And I will say this, one last thing, I don't want to drag this out, but I keep screenshots of every text or Facebook message that I get from either deputies or officers in the county telling me about a time that our toys that were donated made a difference.
Right.
Because that's what we do with leftover toys. Any small toys or any stuffed animals, we donate back to the agencies and even fire departments so they can use for in times of distress for children, whether it be a domestic situation, a house fire, or an accident. And throughout the year, I can't tell you how many times that over the years that I've gotten messages where they pulled out a toy from the trunk of a cruiser that was left over from a toy drive. So that's pretty comforting too.
Right. Well, guys, again, I thank you for coming down and giving us a little bit of your time, and thank you so much for what you're doing for people here in Shenandoah County. And anything else, JP, before we go?
Nope.
Okay. Well, thanks so much. How's school going? Going okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight A's.
Look at there. All right. Keep it up, buddy. It gets better. It really does. Okay. Larry, thank you so much also for coming. I appreciate it. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So again, everyone, this has been Larry Lindsay and JP from JP's Toy Drive. And I would encourage you to go to their social media page. The Gmail was, say that one more time.
jptoydrive@gmail.com.
jptoydrive@gmail.com. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for listening. This is the Shenandoah County Sheriff, Tim Carter. And thank you for joining us today. You can find this and all of our other podcasts on my YouTube channel. That's @TimothyCarter. And while you're there, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you get future show notifications and smash that like button. Thanks so much.